Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. And a gentle reminder, as always, to please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it is a free way to support the channel, and the support is always much appreciated. So, guys, I want to talk a little bit about our friendlies, right? And I want to ask a very important question here, right? What's the sense we get these friendlies if we're not going to make proper use of them? What is the sense we get these friendlies if we are not going to make proper use of them? It doesn't make any sense to me, guys. Right? I mean, we keep on getting these friendlies and we're not being able to properly maximize them or maximize the potential of these respective friendlies. Right? I mean, when you really and truly look at it, out of the last 6 friendlies that we have gotten, right? The 2 against Saudi Arabia, the 1 against the US, and these 3 upcoming friendlies. Right? When you really and truly look at it, guys, really and truly is only 1 out of the 5 friendlies, Is only 1 out of the 5 friendlies we would have made good use of it, And I'm not just saying that because we won that particular game, but the second game against Saudi Arabia is really and truly the only friendly that we have gotten out of the last 6 that we are going to be able, or that we had made good use of the respective friendly. I mean, I get the financial benefit, and I get that the JFF gets money, right, to be a part of these respective friendlies. I get all of that and I get the financial benefit, right? But what practical benefit do these friendlies actually serve the team? I seriously want to know that, because as I said, 5 out of the last 6 friendlies that we have been a part of, right? Well, um 2 out of the last 3, and basically all of these friendlies that we're gonna be a part of coming up are just gonna be wasted opportunities, completely wasted opportunities. So my thing is that the very first friendly against Saudi Arabia, right? There was a lot of foolishness in the build up to that particular friendly. You guys remember all of what took place leading up to that friendly. I mean, late arrivals, dispute with the players and the JFF and all of that sort of stuff, right? And especially the late arrivals, right, had an impact on that first particular game against Saudi Arabia, right? Dalton Wint himself said it in an interview when he was asked. He was asked in an interview with Sportsmax, right? But I don't remember the lady on Sportsmax right now. Maria Ramnarak, I think is her name. Forgive me if I've gotten it wrong, right? But if I'm not mistaken, her name is Maria Ramnarak. And she asked Mr. Wind, right? Did the controversy and did the issues, I'm not quoting her word for word and I'm not quoting his response word for word either, but it was along the lines of, did the issues leading up to the first game in Saudi Arabia have an impact or contributed to the team losing the game 3-0? As I say, I'm not quoting her word for word. And his response to that was yes. If memory serves me right, he said something along the lines of, I believe so. Right, as I say, you guys can go back and look at it. I'm not quoting him word for word off the top of my head. But I remember watching that interview, and I remember a question along those lines being posed, and I remember, right, the something along the lines of the answer that Mr. Wynn gave, right? But you guys get the picture. He himself admitted in the interview that the just the foolishness, the bad build up to that particular game contributed to the team losing and losing so badly. Right? 3-0 is not a nice scoreline, especially to a team that in the time was ranked that at the time was ranked lower than us. They were ranked in the 60s. Memory serve me right, they were ranked 69th at the time. 60 something they were ranked at the time though. right? And we're losing 3-0 to a team that is ranked lower than us, right? So my thing is, out of those two games, the only one that would have been productive from the standpoint of benefiting the team in terms of Theodore Whitmore playing his strongest team and really and truly um getting to implement the necessary plans that he wanted to implement in that game, and getting a look at some very important players that will obviously play a role in our Gold Cup and World Cup preparations, right? And also getting all of them at that time. It's definitely the strongest squad I remember right now in recent times, right, that has been assembled. And the starting lineup wasn't bad either, right? It's definitely the strongest starting lineup. I think the only big player there, or the only big player off the top of my head that wasn't there, was Shamar Nicholson, right? Or the only big player at the time that was available to us that was not there, if memory serves me right, was Nicholson, right? But so the second game we were able to properly, right, use that game to gel and for chemistry and for preparation and all of that sort of stuff, right? So you cannot consider the second game a wasted opportunity, right? Win, lose or draw, we could not consider that game a wasted opportunity. So that's why I said that out of those two friendlies, the only one that we made proper use of was the second one, right? The first one was absolutely wasted in my opinion, right? And then we're not even going to talk about the US game. We're not even, I mean, there are positives to take from these games, I mean, we got a chance to see, some of the Reggae Boyz in the US game, right? Or some of the newer Reggae Boyz, like the Greys and the Palmers and the Pinnocks and the Moors and the Bells and you name it, Tilt as well. Somebody else, right? But we got a chance. Jamal Lowe as well. How could I forget Lowe? The man of the match. So we got a chance to bring those players on board and look at them, right? But really and truly, you have to say that the negatives outweigh the positives in that particular game. You just have to say that. You just have to say it. Because I'm sure Theodore Whitmore does not want to play that type of football going forward, right? That was played in that particular game. Lowe did well, Gray did well, but the only players that really got to really showcase what they were about were the defenders, right? And even the fullbacks like Bell, for instance, right? I'm sure he would have wanted to show some attacking prowess. And he obviously it was going to be extremely difficult for him to get forward in that particular game. We see that the player is decent defensively, but offensively we don't know what Bell can offer. So really and truly, the only one out of all of the newcomers in that particular game that we could say, we could say that we got a good look at them, and we that friendly wasn't the only players is the centre backs. It's just because of the centre backs and to a lesser extent the likes of Bell, Lowe and Gray. We got a chance to look at them, but in the grand scheme of things, it was still a wasted opportunity. It was still a waste because Gray and Lowe did not get to showcase what their true potential going forward is. Bell didn't get to showcase his attacking prowess, right? It's only really and truly the centre backs, right? Pinnock and Moore in particular that got to really showcase what they're really about in that particular game. In the grand scheme of things, generally speaking, it was a wasted friendly. And I'm sure Theodore Whitmore, as I said, does not want to play. Or I hope that Theodore Whitmore does not want to play that type of a football, right, that we were forced to play in that game going forward. And then again, there were so many other players, Boza, Bailey, you name it. There were so many other players, Low, right, Kemar Lawrence, and we all know the players. Daniel Johnson wasn't a part of that either. Ravel either. And other players as well were not a part of it, right? Junior Flemings. and there were so many other players, so we couldn't get to gel and build chemistry and all of that, all of that sort of stuff, because a number of the players were out, right? So in generally speaking, the negatives outweighed the positives in that particular game. For me, again, a wasted opportunity. And then we get to these three upcoming friendlies, right? And I mean, my God, it's something like what? How many players pulled out? A lot of players pulled out. Off the top of my head, Blake, Burke, Bobby, Hector, Shamar Nicholson, Ravel Morrison. I mean, who else? Who else pulled out? Pinnock as well pulled out. I mean, a couple of the players well pulled out. And forgive me if I've forgotten one and two of the other names that have pulled out, but a couple of the players have pulled out in this one, right? And also, I mean, the preparation, even with the final squad that, that is was en route to Japan, right? I mean, what, 6 of the players are gonna arrive later than normal. By the earliest, they're gonna arrive on Tuesday. By the earliest, they're gonna arrive on Tuesday. Hopefully, they arrive on Tuesday, right? Hopefully, right? And it's just a shame. Another wasted up. I mean, these 3 upcoming friendlies were already wasted because a lot of the players had pulled out, right? But especially in this first game against Japan, right? I mean, even if these 6 players, Gray, Mariappa, Palmer, etc., even if they do take the field, even if they do manage to take the pitch, right? The fact of the matter is, in an ideal world, it's not gonna be good for them to have arrived so late and play the friendly on Thursday, and again, hopefully they arrive on Tuesday. Hopefully. So I mean, in addition to the other players being out previously that dropped out, a double blow again today, right? With because a number of the players that are gonna be out for this game, a number of them were either gonna be we're gonna play an integral role. I mean, you can't see the likes of Gray and Palmer, Turgot, Mariappa, right? Moore, Liam Moore. You can't see the likes of these players not starting. I mean, Blair Turgot is gonna start. We're already short of players that can play on the wings. Palmer is gonna start, right? Mariappa might start. Dylan Barnes might start. Moore and Gray definitely gonna start. And even Tyreek McGee as well. We understand that he's having some issues as well, and he's not gonna be arriving on time, right? So my thing is that all 3 of these friendlies are you can just call it that they have been wasted, right? Because again, our strongest squad will not take the field. Our strongest squad will not be, heading to Japan. Leon Bailey signed the contract today. He won't be in Japan as well, right? Daniel Johnson, you name it, the names rolling off your tongue, right? So from day one, these 3 friendlies are gonna be wasted, right? And then the news of the delayed arrival of these 6 players that I just called further, basically, I mean, oh my God, you just have to ask the question, what purpose, I mean, what the sense we keep on getting these friendlies and we're not making use of them. We're not preparing properly for the Gold Cup. We're not preparing properly for the World Cup qualifiers, right? Players that we hear being linked with the national team don't have documents as yet. We can't get to see them before Gold Cup. We might not even get to see some of them before Gold Cup, right? So we're not preparing for Gold Cup and World Cup qualifiers properly. We're not gelling the team. No chemistry. I mean, no chance for Theodore Whitmore to chop and change and to basically try out different tactics and different personnel and different formations, right? And different patterns of play and so forth, or different style of play even, right? So I don't know, man. we need to get our act together, man. It don't make sense we keep on getting these friendlies. As a matter of fact, these friendlies have a negative impact because 9 out of 10 chances we're going to lose all 3 of these games, right? I mean, the only one we stand a chance at winning is the under 23s or under 24s, whichever one it is. And is that really going to help our ranking? Is that really going to help our ranking? These friendlies actually might cause harm because we're not going. I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's just we just have to be realistic here. More than likely, we're not going to get any results from these particular games, right? They just against the Japan national team and against the Serbian national team, right? And we're going to fall in the rankings. So if anything, these friendlies are, I mean, shockingly, we were moved up 2 places after the USA game. Right, but how long we're going to keep on losing these friendlies and still moving up? After a while, we're going to start to fall. So I don't know, man. We need to get our act together. And we need to start making proper or good use of these friendlies. As I say, barring money, we have been barring the money that we have received. We have been wasting these friendlies, man. And, you know, only out of these 6 friendlies, the 3 already played and the 3 upcoming, more than likely, the only ones we're really and truly going to be making use of, or the only one that we have made use of, is the second game against Saudi Arabia. The rest were just wasted. But guys, that's my 2 cents. Hopefully we can get it together, man. Hopefully we can get it together. So stay safe, take care, guys, and until next time.